Everybody good on that? Pretty straightforward, right?
Mhm.
Okay, so let's go ahead and look at the first practice example. Does anybody want to take a stab at it and see if they've got it?
Would it be, it'll be like 5 outside of the square root, and then it'll be x, and then the 2 will be inside the square root.
Perfect. Gold star, Natalia. Wonderful.
Thank you, thank you.
Does that make sense to everybody? Does anybody have any questions about that one? If not, let's go ahead and look at the next one. Does somebody want to try, somebody other than Natalia want to try the second example?
Would it be 4 outside and then inside a to the 7?
Yup. Get it, Zamiri. Awesome. Okay. So what I'd like you guys to do is now on the opposite side, I want you all to try example C and D. And once you've got it, send a thumbs up symbol in the Zoom app. All stars.
Aren't you already got that? That was so fast.
So did Parker.
Wait, how do I do that?
Yeah.
I got it.
Oh, okay, wait.
Wait, can I just tell you? Oh, I found it. Okay, I got it.
Awesome. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put both of these answers up so you can check it. So the first one rewritten would be z to the 2/3. And the second one would be c to the -5/3. So everybody got?
Yep.
Amazing. See, y'all are so smart. All right, so the last thing we're going to talk about today, we're almost done already with our notes. Gosh. The next thing we're going to talk about is simplifying a square root. I worked with a teacher. She describes it as prom, so bear with me. It's going to sound ridiculous, but I'm going to teach it the same way she taught it because it seemed to click with a lot of people. So what you're going to do is make a factor tree. Do y'all remember making those when you were in like 8th grade? So we're going to break these down. I'm going to start with the second one just because it's a small example, just so we can see it. So what are 2 factors of 8?
2 and 4.
2 and 4.
Perfect. Okay, and then can 2 be, like, does it have any factors?
No.
No.
Like 4.
So since it's prime, I'm just going to circle it real quick. And then the 4, can it be broken down?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
2,
2
2.
and 2. Perfect. And those are both prime as well. Okay, so now we have some people and they're inside the house. She calls the radical, the little squiggle, the house. And she says there are 3 people inside this house and they're getting ready to go to prom. And you can only go to prom if you have your perfect match. You know, you got to be super in love. And so this right here is a perfect match. They're so in love. But unfortunately, we're not going to have polyamorous relationships at prom. So instead, these 2s are going on a date, but that means that this other 2 is left home alone. It's so sad. So the perfect pair of 2s, they get to go to prom, but the other 2 has to stay inside the house.
Can you scroll down? We can't see like what you're writing there at the bottom.
Yes. You can't see what I'm writing?
I can't.
It's like cut off.
Yeah, it's cut off. Oh yeah, we still can't see it.
Okay, that's exciting because it shows up on my screen.
It's like the part at the bottom, like the little gray area in Zoom. It's just
Okay. So I'm going to write it just to the side. So this one will be 2 square root 2. So this 2 got to leave the house because they went to prom, but the other 2 had to stay home. All right, we're going to do another example together. Let's see. let's do the first one. What are some factors of 48?
12 and 4.
Okay, so we have 12 and 4. Can 12
24.
be broken down?
No. Well, yeah, 3 and 4.
3 and 4. Okay, 3 is prime, so I'm going to circle it. Can 4 be broken down?
Yes.
Yeah.
2 and 2, and those are prime. And 4 can be broken down into 2 and 2. Okay, so now we get to make all our cute little couples and we can start shipping them and they can be in love forever. So there's a perfect match of 2s right here. And here's a perfect match of 2s. But this poor little 3 has to stay home all alone. So there's a 2 going to the prom. There's another 2 going to the prom. But 3 stays home alone. And then what's 2 times 2?
4.
4.
So it would be 4 square root 3.
So why wouldn't the 4 be in the other one? Like for 8, why wouldn't 4?
So this is because we have 2 pairs of 2s.
Oh,
So this
okay.
is like their couple name. This is like our Brangelina, you know?
Okay.
Angelina.
Yeah, I don't know what the modern couples are. The other day, I have to ask y'all's group, do y'all know who Ashton Kutcher is?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Show.
My other class, like half of them didn't know who Ashton Kutcher was. And I was so upset by this.
They're like my favorite couple.
I think so too.
Like they're so cute.
Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis forever. If they break up, I don't know how I'll go on. Okay, so does this one make sense to everyone?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's try one more together and then I'll let you try the last one by yourselves. So let's break 18 down into its factors.
9 and 2.
Okay, so we have 9 and 2. 2 is prime. Can 9 break down?
Yes, 3 and 3.
3 and 3, and those are prime. And then now we get to partner off our perfect pair of 3s. And their couple name is just 3. So they're gonna go to prom, but 2 does not have a date, so he stays at home inside the house. Cool. All right, so why don't y'all try the last one now, square root of 32. See if you can follow those steps and break it down. Once you've got it, put a thumbs up in the chat thingy. And then I will go through it just so you can check your answers. Awesome. Okay, awesome. I'm gonna go ahead and go through it. So we have the factors of 32. Who wants to go with one that they chose? There are a couple different ones.
I
but-
did 8 and 4.
Okay. So if we do 8 and 4, then this breaks into 4 and 2. And this breaks into 2 and 2. And then 4 breaks into 2 and 2 as well. And then we couple off our pairs. And we should have 2 different pairs of 2s. So they both get to go to the prom, both couples, and then a 2 stays at home. So then you should have ended up with 4 root 2.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to show you guys something real quick that if you are really confident with your perfect squares, this is one method. This one takes a little bit longer, but you'll definitely get the right answer. But 32, some of you might have recognized, is 16
Yeah, I did
times 2.
16.
Okay, so since 16 is what we call a perfect square, you can just take the square root of 16, which is 4 and 2. So if you recognize your perfect squares really quickly, so 4 9, 16, 25, 36, etc., then you don't have to break it down all the way. I think the breaking it down is a really good habit to have because eventually we're going to start having things that aren't numbers, but are instead variables as well. And once you add variables, then it can get a little bit more, air quotes, complicated, if that makes sense. Okay, so does anybody have any questions about the notes? Everybody feeling okay about it? Okay, so go ahead and, or actually before I let you go work on Delta Math, some of you, AKA most of you, did not have your parents fill out the syllabus form, and that's supposed to be an easy 100 grade. So make sure that you have your parents do that, okay?
It was the form, right?
Yeah, it's on the bottom of the syllabus. There was like a Google form where it just has your parents' email address and phone number and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think I did that.
Okay, I can check for you as well.
Okay.
Let's
I
know like
just filled
who
out so many
did it.
forms, I don't remember which ones I filled out and which ones I haven't.
Yeah, let me check real quick. I have 3 responses. I have Gabe, Abril, and Megan. Sorry. I'm gonna have a really hard time not calling you Meg, but I will do it. I know you want to be called Megan, so I will call you Megan.
Wait, it's on Manage Back? Okay. Let me do
I
it.
thought I sent it to you.
Yeah, I thought I sent it. I don't know. I could be completely wrong.
I mean, all of us had the same Google form basically, so they all would have looked the same. So it was on Google Classroom. There's the syllabus, and then at the bottom there's a link for.
Oh, it's on Google Classroom. That's probably why I didn't see it. How long are classes today? Since there's only 4 classes.
This class ends at 10:15, I think. I can hear.
Here it is.
Oh, cool. Our fire alarm is going to start going off soon. So exciting. I love that.
Why is that going off?
It's not yet. I just got an email that it's going to go off like in a little while. I'm like, that's great to work on that during school hours.
Yeah.
But whatever. Okay, so let me share my screen again real quick because I have pulled up right now, just in case this is my schedule, I apologize, but this is a copy of the Bell schedule. So this is the late start Friday schedule here. So if you want to take a picture or write down the times for classes, then that's totally fine.
Miss Thompson.
What's up?
I looked at that this morning and I was like, what time does my class end? And like it didn't go through my head that classes started at 9.
I told them about it. I was like, I really thought it was Wednesday. And so I was just very confused.
Yeah.
Okay. And then beyond that, if you don't have any questions, then just make sure you're finishing up your Delta Math. That is due on Monday. So I'm going to show you guys what it looks like. It is very straightforward. You're basically going to do what you were just doing. So there are questions like this. So you would break it down. So the factors are 9 and 5. 9 breaks down to 3 and 3, and they're a perfect couple. So my answer would be 3. And then they give you the little radical button down at the bottom, root 5. And that's the answer. And it'll tell you you're right. And so now at the top, my record says I have 1 out of the 25 that I'm asking you to do. But that took me what, 2 seconds?
Yeah.
Like, you'll be done with this whole set of homework probably in the next 30 minutes, if I had to guess. And then the other one, very similar as well. So if you're rewriting it in radical form, so if this is 1/5, then it would be
Outside.
5 root x. And y'all know how to raise something to a power, correct?
No.
Computer.
On the computer, it is shift 6.
Shift 6.
that little like upwards arrow button, we'll put it in the small space. Goodness. And then there's also this button right here that has like a keyboard. If you click on that, it has a calculator, and then you can also use like this button, and it'll let you, I think, raise something to a power when you type it. I could be wrong. Lastly, again, if you're having trouble with a problem, you can click show example, and they'll tell you, okay, remember the numerator becomes the exponent and the denominator becomes the root. And then you can go back and try it. Cool. All right, I'm going to stay on. If you have any questions, I will be here. You can also just mute your camera. But you can also leave and come back if you want to until 10:15, or not come back at all. Any questions?
No.
Cool. All right.